Hello and welcome to the Blue Shadow Podcast. My name is Joey,
I'm Dan.
and today we are excited to bring you the next installment of our monthly update. This is our once a month show that we do where we catch up with one another, talking about what we've been watching, reading, and playing. It's one of our favorites. So, Dan, I want to ask you, what have you been watching lately?
Been watching two things, one with my girlfriend and one not with my girlfriend. First one is Abbott Elementary. Just caught up with all the seasons on Max, so we are now actively coming out in season four. So we need to figure out a way to watch that. Very good show. Uh, very they take the time to make it local. Um, just by dumb luck. For example, one of the characters went to Topgolf
Hmm.
and they CGI'd or whatever the area around the Top Golf
That's so cool.
because it's not in Philadelphia. It's actually in King of Prussia.
Oh, wow.
That Top Golf that they went to, and then it came across the screen. I'm like, that looks too familiar. Like, there's no way they did that. And then I went on Google Earth Street View, and I'm like, there it is. That's the angle this was supposed to be from.
If you aren't familiar, Dan is from the Philadelphia area, so he's very fond of the Philadelphia area.
Birthplace of America.
Oh dear. So you've been watching that. That is super on my list. I've heard that
It should
it's
be.
is it feel good like Parks and Rec, Ted Lasso kind of feel, or is it more like The Office where it's like just funny?
There's a storyline. It's
Okay.
not like The Office where there's a definitive story.
And that's I we'll
It's
talk
a
about
li
go ahead.
little less connected than Parks and Rec,
Hmm.
so it really is in the middle.
Okay, cool. I am actually very interested in watching that. So it is on my list, a term that Dan hates to hear me say. What else you watching, sir?
Actually, show that you've been watching.
Yeah?
So the new season of Squid Game. That's the one I have to watch on my own.
I am not
It's okay
surprised that
though.
she doesn't want to watch that. Um, did you finish it yet?
No, I think I'm on the carousel episode.
Oh dear. I forgot how gruesome it was.
They just voted for the second time, and then I'm in the following episode.
Okay. I'm gonna not say anything as to not spoil for you or anyone, but I think we should do maybe an episode on it. But you're enjoying it thus far?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first season, and then Squid Game 3 was actually announced. And correct, stop me if I already said this. They leaked it by accident during an NFL game.
I think you said that to me, but you didn't say that to the tape.
So I was watching football as one does during the playoffs, and Netflix put out a commercial about all the things coming this upcoming year. Maybe it was in 2026. And they did the new Stranger Things, Wednesday season 2, and then they did Squid Game 3. It was on Christmas.
They didn't
So
announce it until after.
it was the it was the day before it came out. Squid Game 2 came out because I was watching the Steelers game, Steelers Kansas City on Christmas because it was a Netflix game. Netflix was posting their own commercials.
Mhm.
So they did that and I'm like Squid Game 2 isn't even out yet and they just did Squid Game 3. So, anyway,
Yeah, no, I really,
I
really enjoyed it. Go ahead.
I'm excited. Knowing where I am, who is your favorite character up until that point?
Master Soul, of course, 456.
Mm,
I like the not just because he's Master Soul, but I like the role that he's playing and like the uphill battle that he's fighting this season. Who's
yeah,
your favorite character?
the old lady.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I like her.
Yeah. What do you think of Thanos?
Oh my God, I can't stand him. But my wife is now obsessed with his
Thanos.
band. So
Oh, nice.
I haven't listened to a song yet. She tried to show me while I was busy, and then I just haven't asked her to
Well,
show me
that's
again.
we
But
can make that our song for trivia.
oh my
So
God.
if you guys don't know, we do trivia and it's through the app, through an app, and if you're the first person to get it right, you have a team song, and they play the song.
I wish you could
So
upload your own song.
we've picked some weird ones in the past, but
Yes, we have. We'll
I
see
would
if
do
it's
that.
there.
That'd be funny.
Awesome. Well, anything else about Squid Game before I transition into my watching list?
No, what have you been watching?
I have been watching Squid Game first and foremost, just because we just talked about it. We finished Ted Lasso. We finished it quite a while ago. We're releasing this later in the month than we would like, just because of the way things have shaken out. But
Hmm.
um, I adored that show. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I wanted
Oh yeah.
to stop it and watch it again. It was so good. I it's up there with one of my favorites now.
Imagine how good it would have been if you watched it 2 years ago.
It hit me at the right time. I got it
That's
right
fair.
now because I needed it right now.
That's fair.
I don't know that I've ever related to a character more than Ted Lasso.
Right, and it was feel good, but then there was some pretty
Heavy.
realistic
Yes.
aspects of life
Like
portrayed.
I personally prior to this show, I think I related to Leslie Knope the most, but I
Hmm.
think I might be a touch closer to Ted Lasso, which I feel like personally that's a good place to be.
All except the
Good
Leslie
and
Knope
bad.
part.
Yeah, that's true. That is something that you share with him. So we finished Ted Lasso. I really,
And the
really
facial
enjoyed it.
hair.
And I got a little more than him. But
I was talking
I
about me.
oh you. Yes. Very clearly. You should rock a mustache, Dan. Um
Good.
watching go ahead.
I said I'm good.
Uh
What else are you watching?
Skeleton Crew, it just wrapped up. Feel free to listen to a review on that for more on it. We watched the Lego Masters Holiday Bricktacular. It was a quick one. It was really good. It's 4 episodes. I'm waiting for the next season of Lego Masters, but this is pretty fun. Will from Will and Grace was in it, which was exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't really know any of the other celebrities, but that was fun. And then the thing I wanted to take a little second on is every year, I took a break from it last year, but every year, starting around January, I rewatch either The Office or Parks and Rec. And it was supposed to be The Office last year. I decided I was going to take a little break because I've been doing it for a little while. But I started watching The Office, and I have to say, it. This is probably my like fifth time rewatching it. I am not loving Jim this time around, and it's weird for me. I don't know if it's because I'm a little
I
older.
don't think you're ever supposed to love Jim.
I loved Jim, and I was so
I,
in on Jim and Pam. And I don't know if I'm so far removed, but like
you a
I don't
Karen
know.
truther.
Not at all. I think Karen is terrible. I love Ann Perkins, but Karen's awful.
Oh, that's a hot take.
No, it's not. Karen Filippelli is a terrible character.
How so?
In the context that we're introduced to her, she is not meant to be with Jim, so it just kind of feels like we're
So that
treading
makes her a
water.
terrible character.
She's written to be not compatible. So
She's written to be not Pam.
exactly. So you're meant to that this is my frustration that I'm coming. It's like everything's just kind of like a playground. And I don't know if I'm older, if I don't know. I just really have not been resonating. Like, why am I resonating more with Dwight than Jim?
Because you work with a bunch of Jims.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I
Anyway,
just I've struggled with it. I'm enjoying it. I think, I'm watching for the first time the Superfan episodes on Peacock. I don't Have you ever heard of
I
these?
haven't seen that.
They're like a
I've
half
heard of them, but I
hour to
haven't.
40 minutes, which is really cool because and it's not just like deleted scenes are thrown in. Scenes are extended, scenes are edited.
Hmm.
It feels very natural. And if you don't know, it's very hard to pick out what's new. So it's very cool. It feels like they put everything that they recorded in that was, good and usable. So it's kind of nifty. I
Yeah,
definitely am solidified in the fact that I think I like Parks and Rec more than The Office. That's a hot take. But
I agree. I don't think it is a hot take, but I also don't think it's a hot take because I agree with you. But
oh man,
I understand why some people would.
battle me on that. All right, sir. Well, that
Yeah.
takes us to reading. I did finish the High Republic book that I was reading. I can't remember what month I told you that I was going to make sure I had that done by. I haven't really started the next one. It's sitting on my nightstand, but I haven't started it. But I want to ask you what you're reading.
At the moment, I'm between books. I just finished one. I got a lot of hate for it, mainly by my co-host, but that's okay.
Oh my God. I said, send me some stuff to put in the thumbnail for the monthly update. And this man
That's
says,
false. Nope. 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 Nope.
I
I'm
said,
reading the
tell me two
transcript.
things you're going to talk about so I can make, so I can make the thumbnail for the monthly update. This man says Pride and Prejudice.
That's what I've been reading.
Oh, it's in there.
Like,
Don't you worry. I rarely
that's
pre-make
fine.
I rarely pre-make the thumbnails. So this is this is fun.
It's okay. If you want to hate on it, go right
I
ahead.
don't hate on it at all, but we're gonna
I
have
was gonna say, we're gonna have what?
Michael Scott and then the Pride and Prejudice.
He'd fit right in.
Tell me what you liked about this book though.
It was surprisingly like modern.
When is it set?
Oh, I think in the 1800s.
Okay.
Um, it was written between 1796 and 1797 and published in 1813. So in the 1700s.
Wow. When you say modern, do you
Surprisingly
mean like the
modern.
writing or like the story?
If you've probably seen a rendition of it without knowing it was a rendition of it. I'll put it that way.
Interesting. I'm gonna Google Pride and
A
Prejudice
lot.
inspired stories.
Go right ahead. There's a ton of them. But yeah, there were a bunch of different characters, and I actually listened to an audiobook. It was free on Apple Books, but I enjoyed it. Didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I
When you
did.
said you picked that one, I was a little surprised, but you know, I'm happy. Clueless? Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna keep reading, and for ones that I recognize. I think Clueless might be all I have for right now. But anything else you want to add about
I'm in the
Pride and
process of
Prejudice?
picking a next book. I I haven't seen the movies yet or the BBC rendition with Colin Firth, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's him. The guy from The King's Speech.
I know who Colin Firth is. I don't know if he played someone in Pride and Prejudice.
Oh no, he was in the BBC one. I just wanted to make sure I didn't confuse him with Colin Farrell, but no, I'm right.
Colin Farrell's a
Colin
penguin.
Firth. I know, yeah. Colin Firth played Mr. Darcy in the BBC rendition.
There you go, sir. Ready to go on to playing?
Yeah.
You want to do it first? You want me to go first?
Um, I'll go first.
Okay.
I haven't played very much of anything recently. Just haven't had the time. Uh, Zombies is a quick, fun time for me. But the thing I need to start playing, and I'm starting to block it off for my schedule, is Last of Us Part Two.
Yes, you do.
Um, Comes out in April, early
It
April,
does. Dan bullied me for so long about not watching Ted Lasso, but
2 years.
Dan beat The Last of Us in like less than a month.
Fairly.
It's a quicker
Oh,
game. It's a shorter game, but he
yeah,
played the second game like for like an hour. He didn't even reach the early significant story event that happens, and then he stopped playing for like a year and a half. But
yeah.
now
That's okay.
it's
Pressure
time.
makes diamonds. I'm gonna finish it, and it's gonna be great.
I just want to remind you as you're blocking your time off, it is very long. So
Okay, how long is
be ready.
very long? How many hours? Like
I don't
40,
know.
50?
Let's Google it. I mean, no longer than that, I think.
That was like 30 hours.
This is 24 hours, so you should be good.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
weekend.
it's gonna be April like 1st, and Dan's gonna be like, I finished it. April Fools. I actually have way more to go.
No, I can't do that because it comes out on the 3rd or the 9th, and I'm not sure which one. I
I don't
think it's
think
the
they said a day.
9th.
I think they just said April.
Oh, I thought there was a day.
Something is coming out on April 3rd, and I don't know what it is though. It's Andor. I don't know. Daredevil. I don't, maybe. I don't know. That trailer looked cool. Um, Anything else to add about games?
That's really it for the moment. Fortnite OG is out. Brings me back to 2017, but can't speak of that game.
You can talk about Fortnite. It's okay.
Get told I'm childish.
And not childish. You can enjoy Fortnite if you like Fortnite. I just tell him, Dan, you got to play The Last of Us while you playing Fortnite. But it's okay.
Because I don't want to feel bad about myself before I go to bed. Next question.
All right. I do want to
Come
say
on.
because my side has been pretty heavy this episode. I had 2 weeks off for Christmas and Dan did not, so that is
Mhm.
why I have so much more than usual.
I had 2 days off for Christmas, and then next year I'm on call. This coming Christmas, I'm on call. So,
well, I am finishing up grad school and I don't know what my job's going to be, so we'll see what happens this coming Christmas. But
don't- yeah, exciting.
this Christmas, I had a lot of time to do a few things. Was lucky enough to get a PlayStation Portal for Christmas. It is awesome. And part of the feature that made me get it is that you could cloud stream games. So previously, you were only able to connect it to your PlayStation and do remote play. But this, I don't even have to connect to my PlayStation. And one of the games that I chose to play on that was available for streaming was Final Fantasy VII uh, Crisis Core. This is a remaster that they did a few years ago of a PSP game. And if you've listened to us at all, you know that I have been fully converted into a Final Fantasy lover by my wife. I never played it prior to the 7 remake, and I've been on board ever since for everything they've done. And this was so cool because the way the new trilogy is, 7 remake, 7 rebirth. We've talked about those two games, right? So like the original Final Fantasy VII was one game. They split that and blew it up into a trilogy. And there's a lot of confusing aspects about it. And this game actually, which it's kind of a prequel, and it clarifies so much. And I now feel so ready to like go into the third game. I kind of wish I played it before the second game.
That just means you have to play the second game again.
Yes, I do. I gave it to my dad, and he started playing it while I was home for Christmas, and I was like, "Oh, this game is so good." It what else did I want to say? Another cool thing about the Portal, just while we're talking about it, is I was cloud streaming while I was home for Christmas on the Portal, and then I actually beat it on my PS5. And because the saves are in the cloud, I can just bounce back and forth. It's so cool.
Oh, nice.
So like we came back here to to get our life oriented. We went back to where I'm from, and I played it, started it on the Portal, played it here, and then beat it on the Portal. It's awesome. I really enjoy it. The last thing that I'm going to talk about today is Lego Horizon Adventures. Have you heard of this?
Oh, I have. I was very confused as to why it's a thing, but
It's
go on.
so weird. Dan knows, and I don't think I've really talked about it before. I absolutely love Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. They're some of my favorite games I've ever played. When they said we're making a Lego set from it, I was like, okay, you never made a PlayStation Lego set before. I'm all in. It's one of the things that's displayed in the room where we record. But when they announced this game, I was like, what? Why this one? It's a retelling, almost kind of like Lego Star Wars, of the first Lego Horizon game, Lego Horizon or Horizon Zero Dawn. But it's very different than any Lego game I've ever played before. It's not made by TT Games. It's kind of like a fixed perspective camera, and you play as
Mhm.
4 characters, 3 of which are more major. One is just like totally random from the first game. You can change the like village that they're in and like put weird things from like Lego Ninjago or Lego amusement parks. You can change their clothes and make them dress like Benny from the Lego movie or Ratchet and Clank. The gameplay is
Rebuild the
really engaging.
galaxy. Am I right?
That Rebuild the village, I guess. We're not that far out into the galaxy, but yes. So it's really weird. I really loved it. And if you are listening and are a fan of Horizon, but are like, what on earth is this? I don't know. If you enjoy Lego games or fun little games, it's certainly worth a try, I have to say. Like, I would not recommend it if you, I mean, it would, it's hard to say. Like, I think your enjoyment is maximized if you play the games. But, like, I think, Dan, if you took it and played
That
it, you'd be
makes
like, this is
sense.
a fun little game.
Yeah.
I'm currently grinding. Last thing I'm going to say about it is I'm currently grinding. You finish the game with each character probably around level like 12 to 14. And
Hmm.
to get the platinum trophy, you have to get every character to 20, and it takes quite a while.
Mm.
So I have three of them done, and I am insisting on getting the platinum because I have the platinums for the real games. I should at least have it for this silly one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like I rambled a lot this
One
episode.
question.
Go ahead.
One question before we turn off the mics for the night.
Absolutely.
Have you played or did you have any interest in playing Marvel Rivals?
I have played it. I have not played it much, but I'm not a multiplayer gamer. I think we might have talked about that before,
I know it's
but
so boring.
it's it's good. I really it's very very fun. I think they did a great job capturing like the essence of the heroes and stuff. I saw
Hmm.
they added the Fantastic Four, which is cool.
I haven't even downloaded it. Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. hmm And you get
Okay,
access to
yeah, I'll
every
do that then.
character. It's not like Marvel Snap. They're not gatekeeping.
Speaking of, the OTA should be releasing anytime now.
I know. I am enjoying my the new cards that they've been releasing in Marvel Snap are quite good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's our monthly update for January of 2025. We're a little later on releasing it, so we might have a little bit of a shorter episode for February 2025, but that should
It's a
be
shorter
okay.
month.
It is a shorter month, which means we're going to have to do a lot more stuff to talk about. Anything else to add, Dan?
Yeah. I don't think so. We're going to trivia tonight, so wish us luck. I mean, it'll be over by the time this is out, but
Retroactive. Wish us luck for next time, maybe.
yeah.
But with that, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate your time. Please consider giving us a like, subscribe, review, comment on YouTube or the podcast platform of your choice. Consider giving us a follow on Twitter or X at Blue Shadow Pod or on Instagram at Blue Shadow Podcast. And with that, we thank you once again for your attention and we hope you enjoyed and we will see you next time.
See you next time. Thanks, guys.